Hey, sports bettors, how we doing? It is Matt here with OddsJam. In this video, giving you my 4 sharp bets for NFL Sunday, week 7. Sorry, I forgot what week it was. Can't believe we're already in week 7. So for those of you who have not yet watched my 4 best bets video, the way I do it, I have 1 lock, I have 1 underdog, I have 1 game prop, and 1 player prop. The rules are moneyline, the odds can't be worse than minus 200. So like a minus 130 Bengals money line worked. A minus 130 Bucks money line in week 1 worked. But what doesn't work is saying, oh, you know what? I really think the Bucks are going to beat the Panthers at minus 625 money line. Not really profitable to consistently bet those. Not much fun there. The underdog has to be a money line underdog, so no selling points, getting like a +7 to a +4 for plus money. Has to be an underdog, has to be to win straight up. The player prop in game prop sound exactly like they are. The only rules there, same thing with the favorite or the lock, can't be worse than minus 200. So to do a recap, last week went pretty well, went 3-1, profited about 1.8 units. Thankfully, because I had been in a little bit of a cold streak prior to that, bringing my total picks for this NFL season to 11 wins, 8 losses, 1 push. Total profit just under $300, bringing this to about 2.92 units because I put a unit on every single one. Another thing that I would like to mention while you are here is the Sweat the Bets. So these are from the OddsJam podcast, Sweat the Bet, which you can see right here, Sweat the Bet, presented by OddsJam, available on Apple, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Myself, Jedi Modai, and Andrew Kim, aka the Parlay Doc. Every week we preview the week's best games, and then at the very end we give out our 3 best bets. So those I have here as well, my 3 best bets. So far on the season, I am 9-7-2. 0-3 last week in 2 weeks ago in week 6, which sucked. Last week I went 2-1, so brought that back. But without further ado, let's get into it. For my lock of the week, I am riding with the Kansas City Chiefs. So the best odds that you can get them are at minus 130 at Ballybet, at PointsBet, at Tipico, at DraftKings, at a bunch of different sports books. I actually locked them in at a significantly worse price. So I unfortunately did not beat the closing line with my Chiefs moneyline bet. I locked them in at about minus 148. So moved pretty aggressively against me, but I still like the Chiefs to win straight up. The Christian McCaffrey news does not scare me off of the 49ers. I just think the Chiefs, I think they're the better team. They'll get it going against an incredibly banged up 49ers team. Supposedly Trent Williams and Nick Bosa might come back for this game. They are currently listed as questionable. Even if they do, I think that they're going to be rusty, right? Especially Trent Williams, who's been out since week 3. So I like the Chiefs to win straight up in this one. So for my lock, we are going with the Chiefs money line, and we are going with the odds on them are at minus 130, which you can currently lock them in. So I'm going to go off of what can currently be locked in at minus 130. That's what I've done consistently moving forward. That's what I will still continue to do. So minus 130 Chiefs money line are my lock of the day. And for the underdog, I'm going to ride with the Colts at plus 125 against the Titans. Now, I know what people are going to say. Admittedly, this one is a little nerve-wracking. Let me go ahead and lock this one in first. So this one has been placed at plus 125 odds. The Colts money line is my underdog, plus 125. And yes, I understand the skeptics here. The Colts, neither of these teams are that good. They both have actually kind of come on recently. I believe the Colts have won 2 straight. I believe the Titans have now won 3 straight. Although the Titans did just have the bye. In the Colts, both of these teams are kind of slow starters. They just played a couple weeks ago in a win for the Titans. I think that the Colts are kind of figuring some stuff out, especially offensively. Defensively, they've been pretty good. I think their defense is like 13th according to DVOA, like a pretty top half defense. The Titans are below average on both offense and defense. But the main kicker here is the Colts have been terrible on offense. They still have, I think, or the third or the second worst offense in the entire NFL, but they've picked it up recently. And by recently, I mean literally last week. Obviously, 2 weeks ago, they didn't score a touchdown against the Broncos, but that Broncos defense is incredible. Against a not as good defense, the Jaguars last week, the Colts had a good game, put up almost 30 points. I believe they should be able to do something similar to the Titans. And I just think that the Colts will be able to stop Derrick Henry enough to force Ryan Tannehill to pass. And I certainly don't trust Ryan Tannehill. We've seen that movie before. I mean, we've also seen Matt Ryan play terrible, so I get it. But I'm going to ride with the Colts on this one as my underdog. Colts money line plus 125 as my official underdog. Now for the player and the game prop, these are pretty easy. I just like to use the OddsJam positive expected value page for these. We see a ton of different props that we can add here. And here's a good one. How about the Ravens team total over 26.5 for my game prop? So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. Ravens team total over 26.5 minus 115 at BetRivers. You can also get this at minus 115 at PointsBet as well. But I think that this is a pretty good play. So as I mentioned, it's positive expected value. The OddsJam line with the VIG removed prices this at about minus 122. And we can get that. And we did get that at BetRivers at minus 115. Another reason why I like it, look where all the other books price it. BetOnline has this priced at all the way at minus 150. Pinnacle, another sharp sports book, I mean the sharpest sports book in the world, prices this at minus 134. And then, of course, DraftKings has it closer at minus 120. But the two sharpest sports books in the world, Pinnacle and BetOnline, price it pretty significantly above the minus 115 number. If you view the event page, it pulls up where every sportsbook prices this total in general. So not only can you see where they price the 26.5, where they price the total spread as well. And as we can see, it's pretty universal, 26.5. So nothing more to glean from here, but a pretty good play on the over. And the Browns defense stinks. They've been terrible the past couple of weeks. They just got torched by the Patriots. Lamar Jackson, it's going to be a revenge game after blowing the game against the Giants. So for my game prop, actually, this is going to be the last one. Ravens team total over 26.5 as my game prop at minus 115 odds. And now lastly, for the player prop, let me give this one last refresh. Make sure I am constantly working with the most up-to-date odds. And for the game prop, we are going to go with Paris Campbell under 29.5 receiving yards, minus 115 at BetMGM. So let me lock this one in first. It should be worth a 1-unit play, but BetMGM won't let me get a unit. They won't even let me get 50. We will see how much they let me get, $28.12. But for those of you at home, this should be worth a 1-unit play. Paris Campbell to go under 29.5 receiving yards. So let me add this to my tracker. Paris Campbell under 29.5 receiving. This is minus 115 as well. And let's chat about this one. Of course, it's positive expected value. The OddsJam line prices this at minus 120 based on thousands of bets being back tested. Pinnacle has us all the way at minus 152, which is just ridiculous. DraftKings has it at minus 135. And if we look at this one in an event page, we can see where every other sportsbook is pricing this one as well. We're looking at Paris Campbell. And the cool thing is we can see every sportsbook that prices this total that doesn't price it at 29.5 has it significantly below this number, 27.5, 26.5, 25.5. BetOnline, another sharp sportsbook, has it 3 yards lower and at 50-50, basically saying we think he's going to land basically 26 or 27 yards under the 29.5 number. Paris Campbell has also been a pretty big disappointment for the Colts. If we want to look at his stats, his receiving yards, he has gone over this in 2 of 5 games so far. Yes, he has gone over it in 2 of the last 3, but he's been a disappointment in the majority of the season. The Colts are also getting good play out of Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman, leaving Paris Campbell down by the wayside. So I like him to go under in this one as my player prop. So to confirm my 4 sharp bets for my lock, we are going with the Chiefs money line. For my underdog, we are going with the Colts money line. For my player prop, we're going with Paris Campbell under 29.5 receiving yards. And for my game prop, we were going with Ravens, team total over 26.5. Put 1 unit on all of these plays. I'm confident that I will have a good week. I'm hoping for a 4-0 week. I have not had one yet. I had a couple last year, hoping for my first 4-0 week, but that is going to be it. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you're tailing these bets, let me know. Would love to hear it. And other than that, enjoy the NFL Sunday and have a good one.